can I ask you an honest question? Are relationship red flags actually red flags? Or are they just gentle suggestions? Let me explain. So I'm driving right now and I was thinking to myself, there have been moments in my life where I told myself, this is a deal breaker. I will not date someone who does X, Y, and Z. Period. End of story. Case closed. That's it. End of story. Well, and then you meet someone or you meet multiple people and you're like, well, is that really a deal breaker, or can I maybe make that work? So, for example, with me in particular, I told myself, since I can remember, I always told myself I would never date someone who smokes or vapes. Now listen to me, okay? I'm not saying that people who smoke or vape are bad people. Some of my friends smoke. Even more of my friends vape. Actually, do I even have friends? That's a different story for a different day. Anyway, I'm not saying that people who smoke or vape are bad people. But for me personally, it's something that I told myself is a deal breaker for me when it comes to being in a romantic relationship with someone. I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who smokes or vapes. I don't care what it is, smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, smoking crack. I don't care. I'm not into smoking. But it's funny how you tell yourself that, oh, okay, this is a deal breaker for me. But then you meet someone and you're like, well, actually, is it really a deal breaker, or can I see past this? Can I work through this? So here's the thing. And I always romanticized the idea of finding love in Europe, like France, Italy. And I was in Italy one summer for like a couple weeks, and I met not one, but two different people. I'm not gonna say anyone's name, but I met this girl, very beautiful, even better personality. Like just overall, just a great person. Just like a wonderful personality, looks beautiful, like, you know, just like all around, just an overall good person. But she smokes, and I dead ass, point blank, asked her. Now, my Italian isn't great. Also, she spoke some English. Actually, her English is better than my Italian. So we kind of spoke mostly in English, but anyway. So, and she was explaining to me that, you know, because we were at the local bar at the piazza, and like, you know, we had some cappuccino, gelato, you know, whatever. And, you know, we were playing cards. It was like a group of us. And I looked at her and I was like, why do you smoke? And a lot of times too in Italy, I've noticed that it's very common for people to smoke. It's like, do y'all not get taught in school or like get educated on how bad smoking is? Why does it seem like, not everyone, but a lot of people smoke in Italy? Why? Does the Italian education system not educate people on how bad smoking is? Anyway, that's a different story for a different day. Anyway, so, and she basically explained to me that it's like one of the greatest pleasures to like sit at a cafe playing cards with friends and like have a cigarette. Like it's like one of the greatest pleasures. And I'm like, okay, I mean, listen, you're entitled to your opinion, that's fine. I've never smoked. I don't want to try. I don't know. But then I met someone else in Italy who also smokes, and I'm like, why? For a while, I was like, you know what? Is smoking really that much of a deal breaker for me? Can I see past this? Can I work through this? And I really convinced myself that I could. The point of this video is that if you have a relationship red flag or a relationship deal breaker, I think it is important to stay true to that and not waver at, oh, here's this attractive person who shows you attention and shows you affection, and all of a sudden, maybe you know, I can work with it, and maybe I don't necessarily need to have a set in stone deal breaker to be like, I will never date someone who smokes. Because you know what? Maybe I will. I don't know. When I was in Italy, and that's another thing too. Italy, there are some beautiful people in Italy. And I still, you know what? I'm single. And I still think about like maybe finding love somewhere in Europe. Wow, there's really no parking anywhere. Oh, here's a spot. There's one spot in this entire parking lot. Wow. All right. Okay, good. So now that I parked the car, now I can really think and get my thoughts together. So basically, the point of this video is that are relationship red flags truly red flags, or are relationship deal breakers truly deal breakers? Or the second you meet someone that you're like, that you find attractive, that you're like, oh, wow, I can actually see myself dating this person, but they smoke. Is it really, you know what? I always told myself I wouldn't date someone who smokes, but now that I met someone who smokes, who I find attractive, who I really like, personality, great. I think we're a great match, but am I gonna let just smoking? I told myself I would never date someone who smokes, but here I am. So I think it's important to stay true to what you tell yourself or what you promise yourself. If you make a promise to yourself and you say to yourself, Rob, you're never gonna date someone who smokes, you should honor that. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below anything you want. What types of videos you want to see from me? Let me know.